Aquarius, welcome to my channel. Now this month's reading, or for this lunation, we're looking at a new moon in Leo, although I don't timestamp it or rather sort of title it as that, because this is about when you ever get this reading, and this would be good for anybody with Aquarius. Any placement that you like to look at, and particularly your North Node as well, will have a place in this reading, and North Nodes across the board for anybody cross-watching. Okay, so I have, sorry about that, that was a door. Yeah, I've got the Love Pack deck by Chuck Spezzano today. I decided to concentrate a bit more on the love relationship side because we've got Venus retrograde, and that's a long phase, and it will continue to be in retrograde till September. So I know that a lot of people have been doing a lot of mending in relationships, maybe discussions, and some of you also could be still struggling. So let's have a look anyway. And I will also have a deck here, a card face down from the Power of Surrender deck. Okay, let's have a look. All right, wow. Okay, so you the opening card here is the Control in the inverted. Okay, I'll read them both ways. I feel like some of you are maybe got rid of a situation that felt controlling. All right, so maybe you've been sort of under the spell of somebody or some situation, and you felt that you're being dragged along according to the other person's needs and wants and desires, and you have released yourself from that, because particularly the way I position these cards, I tend to see the first card as what you're coming into this reading with for this energy at this time. So letting go of control, I would say, okay, and if you know, and be mindful that you're not the one that's controlling a situation. And literally, if you see this card now in the upright, that this person's literally got this sort of leash around this person's you know, neck. Now in general terms as well, you know, when we try and control life, you know, I know people who really want to control everything, control the time, the schedule. I can only do this at a certain time. No, I've got to do this and do this and do this. And everything is so controlled that there's no flow. Okay, there's no naturalness. All right. And control is a really big problem. And it often hides a lot of insecurities and dysfunction and trauma. Okay, people tend to be over controlling, would have had either very controlling parents, or would have had a situation where they felt they're not in control, and therefore need to control. I mean, a form of anorexia as well is a form of control. Okay, essentially at the root of it is because that's the one thing they can control in their lives when they've not had much control elsewhere. So they tend to manifest in any situation where they've had very, again, controlling backgrounds. All right, but let's have a look. I want to look at the next one. Okay, wow. Lovely, lovely. What a nice sequence of cards here. Okay, and now you guys got a bit more Aquarians because you got 3 in the middle pile rather than just 1. Okay, and I've taken all 3 because that's what came out. Now, what's also important is here, you see, so when people feel unwanted, they tend to want to control situations as well. So again, be mindful of that. You know, are you feeling unwanted at the moment, or are you in a relationship where somebody's making you feel unwanted as well? Okay, maybe also, as this card portrays, you can see that she's looking out to all these couples feeling all loved up and all that, and then she's feeling unwanted. But you know what, you just really never know what's going on between 2 couples, you know, because you're projecting what you know, the feeling of being unwanted. You have no idea maybe that these guys are actually maybe not as in love as you think, or maybe, you know, if you look at the middle couple there, you know, there could also be walking away. I mean, he's got his face turned away from hers, and you know, sometimes there's an argument. Okay, you know, we just don't know, we just project what we think. Okay, and I think that's because when we feel on our own and feeling unwanted, now somebody who could be also controlling a situation in your life, a relationship, a start of a relationship, or in a relationship, maybe also has made you feel unwanted. Okay, but you know, there is this wonderful saying, never take what another person does personally. If somebody is controlling things around you, it's about where they're at, what's going on in their life, and what is important for you, Aquarians, is for you to actually really value your self-worth. And the truth of the matter is, when you are standing on that plinth of self-worth, when you're truly standing centered and bold and true and, you know, into your sovereignty of your self-worth, you have a lot of love to give. You shine in love, and you have the strength of your self-value and self-worth, and it stands out like a sore thumb. I mean, that, you know, but if you see, he's really balanced there. He's holding a love heart, and you will attract somebody who is attracted to that person, to that you that has the value and the self-worth. Now, if you've been doing the work and you've been aware of what's been going on, you would also find that this Venus retrograde is absolutely perfect for working on yourself. Now, again, without too much of a techie astrology, we do have Chiron also hovering in Aries, which is where it's gone in North Node. And, you know, it's going retrograde too. And Chiron's one of these outer planets, the wounded healer or the wounding, which means things need to be worked out. It moves slowly. So this you know, sort of growth in self-worth also is a process, okay? It's a path that we choose. All right, but if you're really wanting a relationship where you can feel two people are standing side by side and the sun is shining between them, it's radiating their inner light and all that, you need to do the work on your self-worth, because you're only going to attract people who are like that, okay, when you don't have much of, or you have too much of that, and then, you know, you're grasping, okay? Now, if somebody treats you badly from the go-get, okay, believe them. All right, don't think, oh, I could change them, right? Or, you know, if I do certain things here that I'll make a difference. Or maybe, you know, this person that you've been seeing, there could be a third party situation here, either in your mind or, you know, in reality. You know, somebody could be maybe, you know, sort of saying that they want to have an open relationship, or they're not, you know, ready to get involved. So you're on the dating scene. And someone saying, though, they kind of got other people possibly in mind. There's no point you being cynical and wanting to sort of, you know, sort of sabotage that relationship for the other person. All right. Again, if you value yourself, you will carry yourself with dignity and with grace, and you get to choose whether you want to be active in that partnering or that situation or not. All right. Wow, I mean, this is really interesting. Right at the end card here, we've got, you know, the card of orgasm. So this to me is actually about meeting a like-minded soul with all the sparks and all the possibilities of actually being in a relationship that gives you the heightened sense of, I would say, belonging and connection. All right. I mean, my thing here with these cards, okay, is I think let go of you feeling that you've been left out. All right. Because, you know, if anything, you are going to attract somebody that can really float you up and actually make you feel quite sexy, sassy, and actually quite amazing. And for some of you as well, okay, like let's say you're in a partnered relationship and stuff, if you're feeling unwanted and that's what you're projecting, and you're feeling that, oh, you know, I don't look great, or, you know, my stomach's this and my face is that and my ass is like this, or whatever, okay, and if you're a man, you know, whatever it is that, you know, you're just going to actually end up sort of making yourself feel unwanted. And when you feel unwanted, you certainly don't have an attraction towards coming to this point, okay? You can't completely let go and have a heightened sense of orgasm, if you like, and feeling unwanted at the same time. That's just not possible, okay? You have to be really open, you have to be really, not brazen, but release yourself and really enjoy who you are. And you can, again, only do that. And this, right at the center of your reading, is this self-worth card. So I love this, that the fact this is here. Now, at the bottom of the deck, because I have the deck upright, you have actually, Aquarius, some really good cards. Some of you will be meeting somebody, or you'll be re-falling in love if you're in a partnership or a long-standing partnership, okay? And I don't know if I said this, but I am looking at the relationship because of Venus retrograde for so a lot of you, you know, by doing some inner work as well and really concentrating on self-love, together, hand in hand with self-worth, you can create a self-love, okay? If it means that you look at yourself in the mirror, you know, and just say, I love you, I think you're amazing, you're beautiful, you know, you're beautiful to me, I'm always here for you, and I just love you so much. Trust me, you're going to start feeling really good about yourself, okay, and that will really elevate your energy. Here also I've got that some of you will actually be dreaming, manifesting or calling in a partner. I think some of you are going to get something that you weren't expecting. I think there's going to be some romance, really, because you've got some great cards at the bottom. There's the deck here, Aquarius. Your reading is really great. You might need to open your heart and take a risk moving towards somebody, okay, towards your intimacy, and there's love. I mean, your cards at the bottom of the deck just goes on and on in terms of really positive elements. So we've got the card of irresistibility here, all right, and we've got the love card here, intimacy, risk, love, dream come true. I mean, it really is quite phenomenal. So have a look at that. Okay, so all these are at the bottom of your card. So you can see from the colors, they're just radiant. Okay, again, you know, I feel some of you Aquarians, and maybe even a lot of you Aquarians, you have been doing the work. Okay, you've had your Saturn return. We've got our Pluto in Aquarius as well. All right, so there's a lot of been transformational work, and you've been up for it, and you embrace the transformational work that needed to happen. You'll be feeling some of this stuff very much so. Okay, and I'm delighted because it is very much, and I'd really like to know. So do comment, do share. And let me know, you know, if some of you could be being open to love. And you see, this last card I just ended up putting down here is, you know, when you're really feeling this sense of self-love, you are going to be this attraction, this magnet for love and love for life. This is not just about a relationship, of course, but feeling good about yourself, you know, therefore attracting people, work colleagues, work projects, people, and whatever else that, you know, will draw love to you. I think I might have to pause this for a moment. Can I pause this? I forgot how to pause this. Because my battery's about to run out on this camera. I think it was oh no. Okay, I'm just going to continue and hope that the camera will, the battery won't die on me. All right, so the surrender card deck you've got here is wonder and awe. I mean, look, you couldn't even get anything more beautiful than that, isn't it, with this love card here. Okay, and that's a love card there, and this is the wonder and awe. So amazing. So this is what I'm saying, when you love yourself, it says open to the magic of every moment and sense the awe and wonder in all of your life. This attitude will keep you connected to the ecstasy of flow, and this also is that. All right, I mean, look at them. They're just in ecstasy, up in the skies, looking really, you know, it's like just flying, isn't it? But when you open yourself to life as a vessel of possibilities of love and self-worth, and know that the divine is within you and that you are the love of that mirror image of that love, you will find yourself that you can live a life that really gives you that sense of wonder and awe and appreciate all that is around you. All right, I'm going to move on to the next card here, and let's have a look at this. I'm just going to choose one. They've already been pre-shuffled. This is a chakra card I want for you guys. Let's have a look. All right, so I've chosen grounding. So this is also a really nice one as well to have, okay, because of course if you're feeling grounded, all right, you will allow yourself to really embrace anything. All right, you know, again, you see this guy is grounded in his self-worth. All right, and you can see the root of these trees now as well. You know, the root, there's something so magnificent of the scale of the tree, especially when you see its roots. All right, and it shows its wisdom, it shows its power, it shows its sense of groundedness and strength, really. And in order for us to be really kind of in our self-love domain as well as self-worth, we need to be actually very rooted in our body, embodied in ourselves. This is actually the earth chakra as well. So it's not the root chakra, but an earth chakra chakra, basically, an element which is actually further down from the roots, is actually from here going down, and it's about, you know, certain feet away from the energy of your feet into the earth. So again, do that kind of thing, Aquarians. It will really help to keep yourself poised and strengthened. And let me have a quick look to see if there's, you know, this might be like, I am now firmly grounded and rooted. But let's have a look. Grounding. My energy is completely grounded in the healing energy of the earth. Now, of course, we know that the energy of the earth is Mama Gaia, and she is one to always. And if I'm ever feeling a bit frustrated or upset or whatever, I do go out into nature a lot. Imagine the energy coming from my feet down to hers and letting it all go down, and then sort of elevating her energy and her love through my feet into my body as well. Or I go into the forest or in a little clearing of trees, you know, so I can then really connect to that sense of love and nourishment from Mother Earth herself. So that's that chakra for you guys, so you can maybe even hone in on that. And finally, we're going to do the whispers of love. Again, there's pre-shuffled, and I'm just going to choose a card for you guys because my battery's about to quit on the other camera, and I actually rely on that mic from that that camera, the sound from that camera, rather than the mic that I use here. Anyhow, here we are. This says, act as if your partner is here. So this is wonderful as well. So again, if you're feeling unwanted, and some of you guys, as I said, are, you know, bringing your dream come true kind of man, start acting as if your partner is here. And the good thing about when you do this, act as if your partner is here, means you take yourself out on the dates yourself. Okay, or you do something lovely, you know, you buy yourself a takeaway, or you buy yourself some dinner, or you go out for a drink on your own, man or woman, without feeling sorry for yourself, without feeling the projection of unwanted, you know, looking around, feeling sorry for yourself, because believe me, that energy kind of like spills out and it's not very nice. And you can always see when somebody's quite desperate, actually, or even feeling unwanted and feeling a bit sorry for themselves. Energy doesn't lie. So for here, just before we end, it says, act as if your partner is here, whether you have someone in your life or not. Act as if they're with you, so you always consider them. So again, it's also really a card of consideration as well. And you know, and for me, the most beautiful partnerships is when you really have the partner consider the other. I think if there's one thing that's missing in a lot of relationships these days, is the lack of consideration for the other on a regular basis. It's often, I find, quite self-centered, and really the love that you have for the other, the dance that you can see that they're doing there together, is when you're kind of united and you can embody and you can feel the energy of the other person and able to gift them with your love, with your care, and with your thoughtfulness, be it through a thank you, an apology, or even offering a cup of coffee, and even for yourself. Okay, thank yourself for doing well in the day. Okay, gift yourself something for, you know, sort of going out of your comfort zone and doing something that you didn't think you could do. Okay, whatever it is, act as if you are romancing yourself, and believe me, before you know it, you will find somebody to actually fall in love with, actually, and have your dreams come true. So this is quite amazing, Aquarians. This is a very much a really highly positive love reading that's turned out. Just get rid of the idea of being controlled or feeling controlled. Do not control anybody yourself. And if you are trying not to sort of avenge a situation or feel negatively about that, just be open yourself to the wonder of awe of life, and trust life is taking you to the one that you're meant to be with if you're not getting it right now. And for those that are in love, or those are in a relationship, keep that love going, keep that sense of falling in love with each other, because that's what really keeps everything kind of elevated. All right, and we can do this. It's a practice, all right, without the effort. Okay, again here, you know, if without the efforting, it doesn't happen by itself. So I'm going to leave it here. Thank you very much for listening, Aquarius. Thank you for being here. Do subscribe if you feel like it, and I will catch you in my next video. Thanks for watching, thanks for listening, and I will see you next time. Bye.